Well, I've always been very active. I grew up a gymnast. It was definitely something that created a foundation for me to really enjoy my life because it gave me strength and stamina. And that's something that I've continued to carry on through a variety of activities, whether it's hiking or just going for walks in the park. Love to get out on my stand-up paddleboard. And honestly, if I had to really just pinpoint one activity, I would just say I'm a gym rat. So I've had chronic back pain for at least the last 20 years, and I always attributed it to being a gymnast and just general wear and tear on my life. And towards the very end of 2019, I started having some incredible hip pain that the normal course of treatment, stretching, foam rolling, all those things that normally would make any kind of pain I had go away was not working. And of course, right then we were in the middle of COVID, so everything was shut down. I couldn't go seek treatment. But I'm not somebody who's just gonna not move their body, so I would walk and do the stairs, and it was incredibly painful. So I thought, okay, let me practice what I preach and actually go figure out what's wrong. So first contacted the orthopedic team and had a conversation, telehealth, kind of went through my symptoms. And so she ordered up some x-rays and an MRI with contrast dye.
When we looked at those x-rays, we were able to diagnose severe arthritis, also known as bone-on-bone arthritis. That's something that could be very painful and very debilitating for patients that have that diagnosis. We recommended that she consider total hip arthroplasty, also known as hip replacement. That's a commonly performed surgery for patients with hip arthritis that aims to eliminate the pain, suffering, and physical dysfunction associated with hip pain. In her case, she was a candidate for hip replacement on both of her left and right hips, given the deterioration she had on both sides. Surgery takes about 2 hours to perform, and Michelle, like most of our patients, are able to leave the same day of surgery.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was super excited that we had figured out the problem, we have a solution, and if there is a way for me to go on about my real life sooner rather than later, I'm gonna grab on and embrace that. And I was fortunate that the options that were presented, I was able to work them into my lifestyle, my schedule. I continued to work, and I think that from the schedulers to the care team to the actual surgery itself, it's all been a very positive experience.
I'm happy to report that we were able to perform 2 successful hip replacements in Michelle, and she's made a complete recovery on both sides.
I think I'm gonna be so much better than my normal me, because my normal me for the last 20 years has been living in chronic pain. And I don't have that anymore. So now that I have 2 really great hips that are in proper alignment, equal leg lengths, I think everything else is going to be a lot easier going forward. So I'm excited to discover what normal is even going to be like in the next 30, 40 years.